Call to order a City Council meeting for City of East Grand Forks for Wednesday, November 4th, 2020 is now 5 o'clock. Would City Clerk please call roll?
Mayor Steve Gander.
Here.
Council President Mark Olsted.
Here.
Council Vice President Chad Grassel.
Here.
Council Members Clarence Vetter.
Here.
Dale Helms.
Here.
Tim Riepel.
Here.
Tim Johnson.
Here.
Mark Demers.
Present.
Does term quorum please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Consider approving the minutes for regular council meeting for the East Grand Forks, Minnesota City Council for October 20th, 2020.
Move.
Moved by Johnson. Second. Second by Riepel. Any questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Demers.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Scheduled bid lettings, none. Scheduled public hearings, none. Consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda will be adopted with one motion. However, council members may request individual items to be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion and action if they choose. Anybody want 2 through 4 pulled at all?
I'd like a clarification on
Can we get a motion and then a second, and you can ask your question?
I'll move on to 2, 3, 4.
Motion by Mr. Helms.
One second.
Second by Mr. Vetter. Questions and discussion. Questions, sir?
on the number 3. I had somebody in my ward ask me as to why we went with gas when we have an electric company. I just wanted to read to maybe. I'm sure that was the cheapest way to go, but I told him I would ask you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Johnson, Mr. President. That basically is the answer. As Mr. Johnson stated, that the cost of natural gas is significantly cheaper than electric at this time, both for the install of the project and for the utility cost. And then the second reason would be that the instant heat source that we'd want the radiant heat to be, the natural gas heat is going to provide a lot quicker heat source through the radiant style than, say, an electric heater would that would need to heat elements up. So for those couple of reasons, that's why we looked at natural gas.
Thank you.
Any other questions? See none, roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Demers.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Acknowledge receipt of reports of officers, boards, and commissions. Regular meeting minutes of Water, Light, Power, and Building Commission for October 7th, 2020. Communication, there's none. Old business, there's none. New business, none. Claims. Consider authorizing the city administrator and clerk treasurer to issue payment of recommended bills and payroll. Moved by Helms.
Second.
Second by Johnson. Any questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Olsted.
Yes.
Grassel.
Yes.
Demers.
Yes.
Vetter.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Mayor Gander.
First of all, I'd like to thank our residents for the confidence they've placed in me for another 4 years to serve as mayor. I appreciate it very much. Congratulations to all the folks who got elected yesterday, especially Brian Larson. We're looking forward to serving with you. You'll have some big shoes to fill, but you'll be okay. I remember when Chad was a rookie and he caught on pretty fast. So that'll work out well. I also want to thank everyone who ran. What you've told us by putting your name on that ballot is that you're willing to work to make our community better, and that means a lot. I even heard some talk that however the election went, that you would be willing to serve in some other capacity, and I've sure seen that. I know Brian Larson is coming off of a board or commission and coming in to serve on the council, so that's a great training ground to coming to whatever level of service it might be to come on through one of the boards or commissions. And so thank you to everybody who, again, had the willingness to put their name on the ballot. Looking forward to serving with all of you, even though you old timers who were reelected. And one last thing, Reed, you and I played a little phone tag about a week or 10 days ago, and maybe we can hook up in the next couple of days to discuss whatever it was that you wanted to talk about. Thanks.
Mr. Vetter.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
Mr. Helms.
I just congratulate everybody that run and got reappointed.
Mr. Riepel.
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Johnson.
I wanted to ask Mr. Stordahl here, what's going on the 8th Avenue there? Are they going to close the off-ramp and to put in this, the storm lift?
We're not 100% sure now. The plan is to, we're relining a couple manholes there, so hydro clean will be in next Monday. And the plan as of right now is we would close 8th Avenue from, or we'd close 12th Street from 8th Avenue to River Road during the duration of the project. If everything goes as planned, they should be done by next Friday. So it'd be about a week where they would be, where there would be no traffic down that road. They have to do some bypass pumping. That's the reason 12th will be closed. It'd be bypass pumping on the manhole that's in the center of the street there at 12.
So the off-ramp will be closed?
No, the off-ramp off of Highway 2 will still be open.
Okay.
It'll just be that section of 12th from 8th to River Road.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Mr. Demers.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mr. Grassel.
No, just the same thing. Congratulations to those guys who won and to Brian for his win too, to take my spot. So it's good to see. Thank you.
I don't have anything tonight. Mr. Galsted.
Nothing, thank you. Just congratulations, and it's nice working with you, Chad. Hopefully it's see you in the future. I know you'll be around till the end, but
Nice.
Can you define the end?
Define the end, yeah.
sky is falling.
Mr. Emery.
I have nothing tonight unless anyone has any questions for me.
Anything from the department heads?
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So since our last regular meeting a couple weeks ago, Mr. Vetter brought up the concern about spectators in the ice arenas. Since that time, actually, Minnesota Hockey has made an update to that rule, now saying that regardless of the age of the skater participating, that at least one parent guardian can come in for practice. And they did clarify as well that young siblings, if needed, if necessary, can be accompanied by that parent for practices and games. So we have updated our rules in the last few days to mirror that. And then just if I could add, as long as hopefully anybody that's listening, just to continue to stress that it's the recommendation as much as possible is for the one parent or guardian, and only in those circumstances where there aren't alternative options for the other kids to be watched would we want to see the parents come or the siblings come. And the biggest reason for that, I didn't expand very well on at the last meeting. I think the biggest reason in our eyes for that is we can't have our locker rooms be at full capacity due to the requirement for social distancing. So if you go into our arenas right now for practices, specifically the bigger hockey groups, as we've been going through the trial periods, you're seeing kids putting skates on in lobby areas or in common spaces. And so to allow for the best opportunity for social distancing for one, and even for if should we ever get a positive case, for contact tracing and being able to narrow down who and how people were in the arena and around, it sure helps us just in being able to limit those potential exposures the best as possible. So our staff is doing everything we can to make sure that we're trying to keep things clean and safe and keep kids using the rink. We certainly understand those circumstances where siblings are going to need to be able to come along, but just want to reinforce that the best we can to make sure that everybody is taking responsibility for their own to be able to come in and enjoy the arenas.
Thank you, sir. Anything else from anybody? You got 11 minutes because Emery said we have to be here to 5:20. So I mean, not entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Moved by Johnson.
Second.
Second by Helms. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Meeting is adjourned.